All right, we are back. Are we back? Yeah, we are back. Excellent. Hello, everybody. We are returning after doing the brief changeover, bio break, etc., etc. It is now time for Captain Conehead versus the Cult of the Big Sad, aka Blasphemous. As mentioned, this is something that got requested by Storm Song some time ago. I've never actually beaten this. I've played a fair chunk of it, but I never actually finished it, so this will be an interesting experience. Because the last time I touched this game was a long time ago.
Indeed.
Oh, there's a pilgrimage upon that Conehead.
Oh, yes. So, this leads me to question. So, what is it, Storm, that made you request that this be put on the roster?
Apart from just being a game that I think is like just pure all atmosphere, like atmospheric goodness, it's also just something that like I know it was like a worthy successor to the Vania side of Metrovania, in the same way that Axiom Verge is sort of from the Metro side of that.
Fair enough.
It's also interesting because it kind of bridges the gap between interesting.
Also,
I forgot about the opening quote.
Axiom Verge I have not played either, so if you're saying it's very much like the Retrovanias,
I claim
Yeah.
a grievous miracle.
then I'm gonna have to look that up.
So Metroidvania refers to Metroid, and that's what I meant. If I said Metro, I was just misspeaking.
And
Yeah.
nail it deep.
Not Metro Exodus.
Once again.
You ever pound your sternum enough that your stamp becomes a sword?
Yeah, basically the best way I could describe this game is simultaneously less subtle but more nuanced than Warhammer
thus,
imagery.
Guilt, repentance, mourning, and
See, I've just
every
described it as
bane of the
Catholic
soul
guilt
of all
the game.
kind were
Oh yeah, that
visibly
is one
and
way people have
tangibly
described it.
manifested
It's very much Spanish
everywhere
Inquisition
and in all of
era
us.
Spain. Is sort of the idea.
Sometimes in the form
An entire
of
soundtrack
blessing
that is
and
majority
grace,
flamenco.
sometime in the form
Fair.
of punishment
Very
and
haunting
corruption.
flamenco.
Ah, yes, the tree
That
people.
divine will.
Also, Discord is still trying to show us
equally
Resident
pious
Evil.
and cruel,
Oh,
which
you're right.
we could
You're right.
not and will never be able to unravel.
Once the
was
cutscene
called
ends, I will swap it over.
the miracle.
My bad.
Yeah.
The
I thought
miracle.
Discord was just having a moment.
I mean, excuse me. Discord does do that.
Frequently.
That dude's
Often.
leg in the background is. I don't think legs are supposed to do that.
No,
But sometimes they do.
that would be described as a stanky leg.
Also, why are we the only Conehead with clothing? Why are all the other Coneheads butt naked?
Because they're not the protagonist.
Alright, one moment. Because you did make the valid point. Let us set that up.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
Huzzah.
Brotherhood of the Silent Sorrow. Oh god, you start with fuck all health.
Yep.
They got 2 red potions.
One red potion.
Ah.
Okay.
Familiarity asks.
What is a prie-dieu? I'm assuming that's how you pronounce that.
Purdue is like that place where you put all the candles in a Catholic mass.
Ah, okay. Like, admittedly, a lot of the iconography and terminology flies way over my head.
Yeah. So yeah, like Purdue is like the little shrine where you pray for the dead.
Fair enough. Also, Confessions of a Ladder Maker. Yeah, game mechanics-wise, I understand what it is.
Yeah, he's talking about aesthetically.
Yeah. Pip, you don't need to lick that. You're the one who caused it in the first place, boy. Pip got shisty with his daughter a couple minutes before stream started, and in breaking them up, he accidentally drew blood on my elbow with his toofs. He's now trying to lick it better. Bless this little lad. He's such a ding-dong.
So he would not be a good candidate for that, like the metal jaw thing.
Nah. He's still very nervy because I told him off very, angrily. Because I'm not a fan of getting bit.
Yep, no, that's one of those
He didn't
dogs
mean
that don't
to,
get
though.
that trained out. Dogs that don't get that trained out, it ends very poor. Can end very poorly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't mean to.
He
But,
didn't
yeah.
mean
It was one of those things of, look, lad, oh, that's the wrong button. Oops.
to. Needs to learn.
Yeah, he needs
So
to
for-
chill out with his daughter.
So, yeah, one thing that a lot of people don't know about when they see this game for the first time is the helmet is based off of the hoods that the Catholic priests in Spain wear during certain processions.
Yeah.
That unfortunately gets mixed up with the hoods of another group of people who we will not discuss here.
Indeed. Okay, please, Pip. I get that you want to, make amends. Pip, my boy, you are a very
Pip lick
licky
your
lad.
wound.
Yeah, Pip is trying to lick wound. Instead of the kissers of wounds that you have in Blasphemous, it's the pipper of wounds.
Yes, he is being a penitent boy.
He is.
But yeah, prie Dieu, French, literally meaning pray to God, is a prayer desk primarily for private devotional use.
So is this guy Spanish or French?
Spanish primarily, but there would be a lot of French and Latin words that will come into it.
Yeah.
As
I mean,
I mean-
both had a very rich and deep history of Catholicism, which is what this is very heavily based on.
Okay.
Warden of the Silent Sorrow. Also, cue one of my favorite combat themes of all time.
Wait, he doesn't damage you if you stand in his hitbox?
Yes, he does.
Ah, okay.
Also, this game does have, what's the word I'm looking for? Discrete damage zones within the hitbox. So if you get hit by one part of, like, a piece of damage versus...
Can you three chill?
Oh, I thought he was talking to us.
Yeah, no, not you guys. The dogs were being, and are continuing to be, feisty.
Did we hear the Borg? We thought the Borg that was approaching was in Florida.
Indeed.
But yeah, that...
Oh, shit.
like, if you get hit by damage from something, or you, like, touch an enemy's hitbox where it can hurt you, the damage will vary based on exactly what you thought you get hit by or touch him.
Yeah, which is really nice. Ow.
So, like, if you tap his toe, you're not going to get hurt in the same way as if you touch the weapon.
I am in danger here. There we
Indeed you
go.
are. Oh, but he was more in danger.
I don't know if I would go that far. Pip, please stop getting caught on my headphones. You're gonna pull the laptop off the table. My boy. There you go, buddy.
So yeah, this one required a little bit of explanation, but since they were all considered blessed by the grievous miracle, those who are more mutated or twisted, basically their blood is like sacred and shit.
A little on the weird side.
Yeah. Also, I love that parallactic shifting in the background.
Parallactic what?
If you go back in, just walk a little bit. Notice how there are different layers to the background that move respective of each other.
Yes.
That's called a parallactic shift.
I did not know that.
That's what parallax's name refers to.
And then there's this weirdo.
Yes.
Fretful be the heart, penitent one. The anguish of the eldest brother has now come to an end. I am Deo Gracias, witness to and narrator of the acts of the grievous miracle. Such is my penance, as yours is silence. The cradle of affliction is what you seek. This can be found in the mother of mothers of the churches.
I know it's the point, but that has got to be
remote
uncomfortable.
place separated from the rest of these lands by a great sacred and forbidden door. Even a wise penitent like me knows nothing of what lies beyond those high walls.
Also, this dude is huge.
However, what I
Yeah.
do know is that, according to the rule, one must
Berserk was a
carry
major
out the
inspiration,
three
as was Dark
humiliations
Souls.
to gain access to what they guard. One of them must be performed in the high mountains, covered in thick blankets of snow and ice.
That'll be your favorite zone then, Storm.
Another
Usually.
in the depths of a dark, entombed church where the sleeper lies. And the last one at the end of the trail, carved by moans that claw their way out of an iron spiral. In the bowels of the bell named Hondo that grows into the earth.
But is it E Hondo?
Take
Suddenly
this
get punched
door
by several church bells.
and place it on the handle of
Yeah,
your sword.
no, Church Bell is a fairly prolific weapon in this.
If, when the time
Yep.
comes, as
It's
you
a nice
grip
solid
your
chunk
weapon
of steel.
firmly,
For
you
iron.
notice that it wounds
Or
you
bronze.
and
Have you
makes
played any of this, Ninja?
Nope.
Having
Yeah, when you
wounded,
meet Hondo, that's a
more
huge
thorns
bell.
sprouting from it, writhing over the figure of the father carved into the knob.
Knob.
That will mean that you are at the mercy of the grievous miracle, whether for its punishment or its forgiveness. Even a wise, however, what I do know is that a sorrowful
Sorrowful be the heart indeed. Or I could just, gleefully go about my task of violencing all over the area.
Oh no. The ultra violence.
Never forget that if you see a body up on a wall, you can break that too.
Yes. Put the fuckers out of their misery. So I never got used to the timing for the retribution.
I started to get it by the end of the game, but
Ow. Ow.
Now, this is a reference also to a very horrible bit of torture called breaking them upon the wheel.
Yes. Which, pretty straightforward. You tie a man to a wheel, and then you take a stick and you break every bone in his body.
Yep. Horrific as it was, and it did happen, it actually only happened a few times historically, but it was enough to kind of permanently scar our memory, because what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
Why?
documentation of at least one execution during the French Revolution, I believe it was, where instead of breaking them on the wheel, they lashed him to a wheel and then force-fed him water until his body just started shutting down.
Oh yeah, no, that was even older than that, but yeah, that was a recorded instance of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, there was a equally horrible one that was done during the 30 Years' War, which I will not describe on the channel, but if you're brave enough, and I emphasize brave enough, go look up the Swedish drink. If not, well, don't.
That sounds like a euphemism similar to the Scottish plague.
Way?
Alright, I need to put a pin. There we go.
Yep.
Oh, did that skeleton not count?
Yeah, there is, correct, a lot of Victorian torture porn that was just because the Victorians wanted to do that. And, yeah,
Well, some of it was also because, like, you wanted to exaggerate, the horrors of the past or something. Sometimes either for entertainment or to kind of put yourself up on the pedestal of, yeah, look how not primitive we are anymore.
so I am...
Also, I'm pretty sure that the Iron Maiden had no actual historical instance.
Fair. So I am, I've been playing a different Metroidvania, similar art style, but it's closer to Bloodborne than the true Metroidvania that is Blasphemous here. And I've been doing a lot of that recently, and I am continuing to waste my health potions in this because I'm trying to use the parry button from that in this, and it is messing me up, man.
Lol.
I know that feel.
An innocent child is freed.
Ow.
Yep.
Yeah. While there are some things that are fairly standardized across Metroidvania-style games, some of them are not, like the block
The
button.
miracle has forsaken us.
Ah,
And
yes.
my ornate throne turns its back on those who await here.
Yeah, you're either supposed to jump away from it,
Also,
or flounce away from it.
good show, UNC Samurai. He says the Iron Maiden didn't exist until Steve Harris decided Ash Mountain was a lousy name.
Sorrowful be the heart, penitent one.
Run to the hills.
Welcome to Albero,
Run for your lives.
sanctuary to this humble the kisses of wounds.
Ah, yes, here's the Kissers of Wounds.
This is what Psyduck would be doing in this setting.
Or, as the case of Pip, the Pipper of Wounds.
Liquor of wounds.
Few
Yes.
remain here who can still employ it. But Tirso is my name. There are few of us who still care for the sick and ailing. With devout kisses, we bless the wounds of those who seek our protection. Thus both we and they remain at the mercy of the miracle. Time outside these walls passes by strangely. In sundowns we need not contemplate. But if your penance happens to carry you under said skies, be so kind as to bring us some ingredients for our ointments. The will in the miracle shall show you which ones they are. Time outside thee, but if your penance sorrowful be the...
Okay.
Dove's skull.
Yep, rosary bead. Slight defense boost, okay. Oh, that's fucking dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other thing about this. Like, I'm used to stuff like Bloodborne and Dark Souls, which by definition are dark fantasy, but this takes the cake in some ways. Like, this goes places, man.
Yep. And it's one of those ones where you're like, A, I would hate being the guy with this imagination, and B, it manages to do it without just being edgy. I mean, it's edgy.
Oh, it's extremely edgy.
But it's not, like, absent of other content.
Exactly. Like, it sticks to the bit, but it commits to the bit, but not so much so that it's, like, ridiculous.
Carry the painful guilt in your cracked hands. Lend it to us and alleviate our burden. Lend it to us and wipe away our tears. Because it is an act of penitence.
Mea culpa hath ascended.
So what does that mean?
My guilt. My complicity.
Gotcha.
My shame. So, it's usually a statement of, yeah, my fault.
Gotcha.
Specifically the word culpa being like culpability.
Fair enough. Alright, let's see. Charge attack. Combo finish attack. Down thrust. Best
Bully
move
Snake
of,
says,
best move of Zelda 2. Bully Snake says
Yep.
what?
my bad. But yeah, if you, in the song Hellfire from Hunchback of Notre Dame, in the background as he's saying, it's not my fault, I'm not to blame, the choir singing Mea culpa, and then, like, the rest of the Latin lyrics, basically, it is your fault, you are to blame, or it is my fault, I am to blame.
Fair.
Or Mea culpa magnifica, I fucked up.
Is that what Cloud tells Barrett eventually?
Yeah. Don't fuck up.
Of the order of the true shrine. In this place, we gather the remains of those who were separated and forgotten, so we can grant them holy burial as our charitable rule prescribeth. Help us, these poor souls, O penitent one in silence. The order blesses you.
Hello, Anka. Ah! More face licking. Ah! Hello!
No, it's too adorable.
It is. She is too adorable for words. I don't have any defense against cuteness of this magnitude. Your shields are down!
A face like of that can only mean one thing. Adorable.
Yes. Now she is trying to lick my wound from her and her father's squabble. Ooh.
Upper.
Oh, you can pet the dog. Best game ever.
Yes.
I don't remember there being a dog here.
Would longswords be sheathed like that?
Actually, typically, no.
I mean,
An arming sword would be, but an actual long sword, no, because longswords were longer than people think they were.
yeah, a longsword is what D&D would call a bastard sword. And, yeah. Also, how
What
do you
do you-
sheath a sword that's got so much brambly Barbie bits on it?
Very carefully? Oh, now this is interesting. So these collectibles, if you go back to them for a sec, every one of these is somebody who donated to make the game happen.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
So
go on.
your remains get enshrined in the game if you're a supporter.
There's that. Also, the fact of, you unlock a hidden boss by finding enough of them.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, this was kind of an interesting game because it sort of pointed out to me what another friend had talked about, which is Metroidvania and Souls-like are actually not very different from each other in terms of design philosophy. At least Dark Souls proper was. Because it was very much a, wherever you go, you could loop around to the same spot eventually.
Yes. Like, that was the big thing. They kind of lost their way with some of the... Oh!
Oof.
Ouch. They lost their way a little bit with some of the later entries, Dark Souls 2 in particular, because it very much is the, hey, guess what? You've got 4 paths. They're very linear. They don't really interact with each other.
Yeah.
Dark Souls 1, 3 not as much so, but still did it. And Bloodborne most definitely. Bloodborne, Dark Souls 1 were both excellent about it. And Sekiro, also very strong in this capacity. Very much had a Metroidvania style. Everything interconnects, everything loops back on itself. You have a lot of ability to explore places in interesting ways.
So, would you say that Bloodborne is the Dark Souls of Metroidvania?
No?
Dark Souls was the Dark Souls of Metroidvania.
Yeah.
Bloodborne is just the speedier version.
Ramshackle brings news.
Oh?
Uh-oh.
What news do you bring, Ramshackle?
Hit me, baby, one more time.
Is that flowing hair from like of a guy but down there?
Yes.
Yes.
Huh.
Dude's got the locks of a frickin' metal band guitarist.
It's Cookie Mama. Ooh, Ramshackle's about to be an uncle again.
Congratulations.
Oh,
Double uncle power.
Oh, man. Good luck and congratulations to her.
Yes.
Also, Steel Griffin, that's because Dead Cells is a fantastic game.
shield. Oh, you have to use it. You have to use a mechanic.
You don't have to. You can jump behind him and stab him in the butt. It's just easier if you
to.
just parry and riposte.
Ah, Cookie Mama subscribed again.
Ow.
Well, now she can be the designated adult in the room.
Indeed.
So,
None of us can be trusted.
yeah, that's true.
Ow.
I would trust Lady Red.
Lady
She's
Red is
kind of
very
in the
good at... Yeah, she's very good at being the adult in the room as well. She's had to put up with me for quite some time. Squish. What was that, love? I am very much a terrible adult. I don't know how you put up with me. The phalanx of Arthur the Sailor, huh? I mean, I get that vibe, Coyote, but at the same time, it's a really good game, so, you know, I'm down for buying the whole game so as to play the Castlevania stuff, because the whole game is really good. Squish.
Oh, damn.
Him go squish. Oh, I don't like the look of that. That guy's holding, like, one full deer.
Yep.
One old ass deer.
And using it as a goddamn club.
And it's actually a child or a woman on top of the guy holding the deer. So, like, there's 3 entities at play here.
Oh, fuck, you're right. Some Master Blaster shit going on.
Yep. Who run Barter Town?
Uvula of Proclamation. Ah, this is what lets me get XP monies from, you know, putting the fools out of their misery that are hung up here.
Yep.
Wants to take me to a stag party. Oh, God.
He's beating you with a dead me.
I thought it was a stag, not a horse.
Yeah, but according to Verithagna, it is, in fact, a horse. And I find them to be trustworthy.
Horses or Verithagna?
Yes.
Ow.
Oh, he counter-stabbed you.
That's okay. Him go squish.
You counter-squished him.
I did.
Such gameplay.
Top-end strats.
He popped you in the head with the rock.
Bear rock.
You know, that does seem like since your head is usually a weak point, because you know it's hard to like armor the head and have mobility and visibility. Increasing the hitbox for your head by wearing the hat seems like a potential point of concern.
Yeah, a little. Ow. Ow, that was a rock to the back of my head meat.
Indeed.
Hey, I found a second baby. I'm gonna go unlock one of my new moves, though, because I want new moves. Also, I want my healing shit back, because... Ow!
Yes, the hat is looking a little bit flaccid right now with the...
So this is a new game without the plus, my god, what are you doing? But it is not a first time for Iden.
Yeah, I haven't beaten the game before, but I have played a good chunk of it. I've gotten about to the halfway mark, judging by the percentage completion they gave me on the loading screen.
Yeah.
One moment. Because the pups are losing their shit and they're driving their mother wild.
Indeed. Most indubitably.
Yes, and if they don't calm down, they're gonna make their dad get up, and they're not gonna like that. One moment.
Oh dear. Dad got up.
My god, what are you doing? Is a good name.
Alright.
So,
Also-
SOP? Standard operating protocol? Or procedure? Is Cookie Mama giving us standard operating procedures?
Probably.
I wish to hear these procedures.
Or sins of passion. Oh.
What?
No. I mean, the dog's making Iden get up.
Yeah, they're being right little hellions right now. While Lady Red is trying to do important, final cleaning before we leave the house empty for a couple nights.
Have you considered putting them in puppy jail?
They're gonna get put in baby jail if they keep this shit up.
And by baby jail, I mean like an upside-down laundry basket.
No, they're gonna go into their sleeping pen at that point.
This, when my nephew was a wee babe, I should say my nephews were wee babes, and my sister was trying to, well, let's say she taught me the ways of how to change diapers on both of them. And what you do is you take one of the babies and you put a laundry basket upside down on them. And then you put a foot on that laundry basket.
That'll do it.
And they stay there while you attend to the first baby. And then you swap babies.
Ow. I am not great at this.
What? No way. I thought I was here for speed run.
Speed run. Right.
Nothing about what Iden does is speedy.
Look, man. The game that I thought would take, like, only a couple hours, single night stream, just took a full stream and a half. Yeah.
See, I count on Iden to speed run getting off these Arbon in here.
Indeed.
Oh, damn.
He hit me, but I hit him harder. And then him go squish.
So
Very much a squish.
So there's always room for funny assumptions in the unspoken elements of a story. I'll give an example here real quick, which is the story of Samson in the Bible. It says that Samson was strong when the Spirit of the Lord came upon him. It never describes him as big or particularly beefy or anything. So I always like to imagine him as really scrawny and kind of like a 4chan troll.
I mean,
In this case...
Go on.
Okay, in this case, I imagine the penitent one's voice to be like super high-pitched and squeaky, probably with like... Yeah, just super high-pitched and squeaky.
Down thrust is really good.
It is. There's a reason I wanted it.
You sounded like you were about to say something, Iden.
I was going to make the observation that Samson was described as being strong as long as he was unshaven.
Yes.
So, instead I posit the idea that instead of being a, freaking scrawny little thing, instead, he's a dwarf.
Imdor.
Like, he looks like Gimli in my head. And, kind of Middle Eastern-ish looking Gimli.
Well, it wouldn't be an ish. He would have been outright Semitic.
You're not wrong.
Well, our character says that it can never get down thrust to work correctly.
Alright.
Sword part.
So what does this do? Boosts the blocking stance, increasing its duration. Interesting.
Yes.
So longer recovery in exchange for like a longer parry period?
I guess. Planet one has the voice of Gilbert Gottfried. Oh no.
So what should my penance be? You're gonna be silent.
Shh.
Oh no.
You fool! God, he's got such a good voice for the you fool bit.
Unfortunately, he had such a good voice. I miss him.
I mean, yeah.
Ah, here's one of my favorite places. Although in general, I like this and... Sorry. First.
No, just wall jumping, really. Again.
Yeah. At least they let you do it from square one instead of tying it to a, upgrade that you have to find. Now, I do know for a fact that I am not ready to go do the snow level.
Yes. Now, that said, as much as I love snow levels, and I do, this whole game I like the design of. I think there's, like, one area in the game I didn't like the design for. And that may have been the library, if I'm remembering it right.
I remember little bits of the library in the sense that it had the ghosts that only become dead and dangerous if you're treading on the books or something like that. Now, one thing I don't care for about this is the dodge can sometimes feel a little inconsistent about whether or not you can pass through the enemy sprite, which was messing me up when I was fighting that initial, tutorial boss.
Sister of mine, as I foretold you, someone is heading towards the Forbidden Gate. Someone who seeks the purge and excommunication of all that is sacred and rests there. No, do not place your doubts on me. I am ready.
What?
Who is this nerd with the fucking bingle bongle on a stick?
Is he carrying a bell?
Yeah, it was a bell on a stick.
He is going to be a whole level of special.
Girls, do you really have to thronggle next to me like this?
Yes. Thronggle upon the nips.
Saris, Anka, nope. Stop. Stop.
Nip throttling intensifies.
Not nip throngling, thankfully. They're to my side rather than on me. Having not seen the One Piece dub, Basara, that one goes a little over my head. Oh yeah, we're in the place with the stabby traps.
There's got a hell of a wind-up on the...
Holy shit.
Those were intestines.
Yeah, also I just stomped his head off of his body. Holy shit.
Penitent one is, a very scary fellow, to say the least.
The man has the stompy feet of Isaac Clarke.
That was just a straight-up fatality.
Yeah, lopping the dude's head off like that? Yep.
Now I'm just imagining the penitent one is voiced by Squick.
Oh my god.
Shabing bang bong, off goes your head!
We could try that. We could see about doing that.
Yes. I suggest downloading more head.
Accidentally gets hit by an enemy? Well, I just fucked it.
I have fucked it up!
Do not ooh-woo the church bell.
Yes, I believe I see the problem. Your intestines are on your outside. You should download more intestine. your block is directional, or does he just get past blocks?
No, it's that I'm fucking up the timing.
I wouldn't put it past this game to have like unblockable attacks.
I'm sure there are unblockable attacks in this.
In later parts, yes.
There are absolutely going to be unblockable things, because if for no other reason, then bosses can get, like, big McHuge large.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh dear. The
Best example, the giant flying unbaptized baby that screams at you.
I'd
Sventus
forgotten
has the
about that.
spelling book from Doctor Who.
What is going on in Neo Internet indeed? Stabotron 1000, the Inquisition special. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh god.
And the Blabla Man.
For a second, it was you who was the stab E.
The Coneheads of the sky. Ow.
Go away, Wish.com, Ganondorf.
Be
I'll play
gone,
tennis with you.
Sky Coneheads.
I think those are nuns.
Well, they still are wearing cone hats.
And you decided you were having none of that. Mm-hmm.
Ba-da. Aw.
Increasing attack speed.
That sounds useful. Alright, in my defense, I didn't say it. UNC Samurai did.
Be gone! Oh shit. I almost jumped down into the spikes. Ow. Instead, I jumped into the fire.
This is a common Idenism.
Oh god, it's the hover cardinal. I don't want to be anointed as hover pope, thank you. It involves stabbing.
And I'm not even from Chicago.
Be gone, Sky Pope. Also, baby.
Baby rescue.
Yeah.
And the good news is we now get... Oh, hey, there's a thing there. We're gonna go there in a moment. The secret tunnel! But first, we're going back to the save point to get my, you know...
Your everything back.
My health juice back.
Your health juice.
Yeah.
Pope added, "Be gone, Sky Pope." Iden, being a Lutheran.
The hover pope.
I thought it was the hover cardinal.
Yeah, I think the hover pope is the upgraded version you find later.
Yes.
Hover cardinal evolves into hover pope
And Sky Cardinal.
after Zayaku's stream. Sorry, Sky Cardinal evolves into Hover Pope at level 44. What would Sky Cardinal's type be? I mean, flying is obviously one of them.
I'd have to
small
say
bead of
fire?
Red wax.
Flying fire, probably.
Flying fire.
It would be flying fairy if fairy counted as, like, divine.
Sky Cardinal in the Church of Tomorrow. I get the movie you're referencing there. It's a good movie.
I need to watch it again. It's been a while.
Allow me to qualify that. It's a fun.
Sensible.
Fun and good are different things,
They are. But
as the Minecraft movie shows us.
I will take fun over good in most cases.
Oh, absolutely.
Ah, yes. The merchant lady.
Let us be captives of the miracle, penitent one. Do not be surprised to find this merchant here. This ancient occupation requires me to be wherever I can obtain rewarding benefits. Call me Candelaria, for what I sell would make your eyes light up like the high bonfires. I will not ask you for any money whatsoever. Those forbidden tears you shed would be more than enough for me. Go ahead, cast your darkened eyes over these valuable treasures. Let us be What I am offering you here is as lustrous as the first star of the night.
The Rocketeer, also a good
And
movie.
may my eyes be blinded if I'm lying.
Oh god, this is cut me own throat Dibbler. That's who I'm dealing with.
What I am offering you here is as lustrous as the first star of the night.
Given the extreme Catholic imagery, that the sort of Luciferian
May my
reference
eyes
there
be
can't be
blinded
unintentional.
if I'm lying. Behold what I present to you. Though a small piece, its great power should not be underestimated. Trust me, for I have the blood of kings on the palm of my hand.
Yes. So that's that door
Yeah.
way back earlier. Then the others you have to save up for.
I could afford the Hollow Pearl right now if I wanted to, but I don't really want to. What I do want to do is pin a marker there. Actually, you know what? We'll pin that marker there.
But yeah, this has got to be one of my favorite soundtracks in a game ever. He said about, 23 different games. And we will see a crossover in this game if you do some of the DLC with one of your previous games.
Yes, I'm aware that Bloodstain has some stuff. It's platforming challenges, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I remember finding one or two of them, and I was appreciative of the fact that they were not too punishing for when you get murdered doing them. God damn it, your wind-up is so long. There we go.
Fatality.
Deserved.
Finish him. Oh, Sky Pope. Or Sky Cardinal.
Yeah, Hover Cardinal.
Honest Dibbler, sir, and God blind my eyes if I'm lying. Archon is threatening that we should make you play Hollow Knight next.
So I actually intend on doing that once we have a better idea of when Silksong's coming out. Because there was the announcement that it's going to be this year. If they hold to that, I intend on doing Silksong. But before I do Silksong, I'm going to do the original Hollow Knight.
Okay, so it appears that your volume is a little low.
Well, we're also
But we're
coming
also
up.
5, yeah.
yeah, we're also coming to the very end of stream, so
Yes.
like next save point I find is gonna be where we, oh god, call it, or if I get murdered, which is also seeming increasingly likely. And
Right in
crunch goes the cranial case.
Right in the blood-containing parts.
So, as much as this looks, you know, like humans getting killed by some Spanish Inquisition era bullshit, it's really just the story of Diggs destroying all the bots that tried to invade the auxiliary.
There's
Why?
bots that tried to get in the auxiliary. Well, yes.
Why would Diggs wear
why?
the silly hat, though?
You just asked that question.
You're right, I did just ask that question.
I know why, though. Because he is always the birthday boy. It's the ultimate birthday hat.
Ow, I jumped into that. Oh, crap.
You're trying to give the hover cardinal.
And
exploded.
game. And it exploded.
Or cardinal
Yes.
has given you the blessing.
He has.
Accumulation of guilt. You have been blessed.
Indeed. What blessings.
Says Sweet Biscuit Matriarch.
Alright, well. On that note, in about 10 minutes' time, we've got the numeric workshop coming up, so I want to reach out once again, say, of all the things you could be doing with your Thursday night, you're hanging out here with us, and I appreciate it. I genuinely appreciate it. So, it's part of what makes it as fun as this is being able to bounce off of you guys and have the general fuckery doth occur.
There was a lot of fuckery.
There was.
We went through some caves,
We did, and set a big spider on fire.
set a big spider on fire.
Yep.
Fought a mostly
Todd,
naked guy in a room full of naked guys.
who wore his heart on his sleeve. We taught Stormsong what hypergolic means.
We did.
Yes!
And I've been learning Catholic terminology.
Indeed.
With that, though, 8 minutes to numeric workshop. Stick around, and maybe Parallax gets to paint tonight. Maybe not. We will find out. But until next
There's a
time,
distinct possibility.
yeah, there is. Until next time, y'all have a good one, though.
Have a good one.
Have fun.
Bye.